This is my March update. I share updates every month on how my retirement portfolio is doing. If you haven't seen me before, I retired in June 2024 with a little under $500,000 in my 3-bucket portfolio. I'm currently still in my bridge year until July when I turn 59 and a half. This is a channel for people with a modest retirement income. I'm here to show you that it's doable with my actual numbers. My bridge year funds include a 457 deferred compensation plan, a high yield savings account, a CD ladder, and is supplemented by my YouTube income and my $800 a month pre-tax pension. I always start these with this information because I have new subscribers and new viewers every month that may not know this. Here's my YouTube income since June. March's YouTube income was $700, and I always report the estimated amount. I record these videos on the last day of each month. YouTube is still processing the monthly amount the last few days, so it always changes just a little bit. But thank you again to my viewers. I really appreciate you. Here's my bridge account when I started in June. My bridge account total at the end of March was $25,245. In March, another one of the CDs in my CD ladder matured and I used that money for living expenses. My bridge account was designed for the 1 year from when I was 58 and a half and retired until I turned 59 and a half and can pull from my regular retirement accounts. But so far, I haven't had to pull from my deferred compensation plan or my high yield savings account. I've been living on my CDs and my CD ladder, which are $1,050 a month, my $800 pre-tax pension, and my YouTube income. I've been living on less than I budgeted and making more from YouTube than I had expected. I'm careful with my spending, but it really just isn't that hard. After August, my CD ladder will be depleted, and I will have to start pulling from my regular retirement accounts then. My IRA CDs matured at the end of February. I thought on it and researched how I should invest that money. For now, I decided to go ahead and put it all back into IRA CDs for 1 year. I put all $140,000 into an IRA CD at 4.3% interest. With the market outlook, I was feeling a little more nervous than usual. It is possible we'll have a recession, and if we do have a recession, those CD rates and those kind of interest rates do tend to go down. I was feeling a little bit like I was in preservation mode, so I decided to just lock it in. It was a hard decision, but I felt relief after I did it, and it's just for 1 year. Next March, I'll reevaluate where to invest that money. Now for my 3-bucket portfolio. I won't touch this money until at least July when I turn 59 and a half. If I show all of my accounts in buckets, it looks like this. A couple weeks ago in my Q&A Part 1 video, I shared that I had made a mistake in my last portfolio update video. I realized something wasn't adding up. I split my 457 deferred compensation plan into my bridge account and my 3-bucket portfolio on paper. I've been keeping $8,000 of it in my bridge portion on paper. Then in January, I forgot to split it. I was just looking up the balance each month and putting it in my 3-bucket portfolio total, forgetting to subtract out the $8,000 for the bridge portion. You can see in December the balance was $22,178. Then in January it was $30,698. I forgot to subtract out the $8,000 in January and February. I feel dumb, but it was an honest mistake. So really, my February 3-bucket portfolio total was $503,495, not the $511,495 that I reported. Here's my 3-bucket portfolio total since June. So with just the growth, since I'm no longer contributing, here's what my portfolio looks like at the end of March. My 3-bucket total for March was $497,880. March was rough, but we saw this coming. My total went down by $5,615 in 1 month. Yuck, that stings. This is the worst month since I've retired. But compared to June when I started retirement, my portfolio has grown by $35,280. $29,457 of that is just the growth in 9.5 months. I kept hearing the doom and gloom was coming, but being prepared with my buckets and staying the course is still my plan of action. My HRA now has $39,728 in it. It's invested and also dipped a little bit this month, no surprise there. So with my 3-bucket portfolio, my bridge account, and my HRA, I now have $562,853 in all accounts for retirement at this moment in time. The stock market went down 8% last month, but my portfolio only dropped 1%. I'm still up 7.6% growth on my 3-bucket portfolio in 9.5 months. That's because of my low-risk investments. My aggressive bucket number 3 took the biggest hit. Bucket 3 went down $4,543 in 1 month. It's times like this I'm glad I'm a vanilla investor. When the stock market is booming, I sometimes feel a little envious when people talk about how much growth they're making. But now that I'm retired, I just don't feel like I can be that aggressive with my portfolio. And I'm still happy with my growth. I was hoping for just 7% in 1 year. So as long as I stay above 7%, I'm happy. I want to continue to keep you updated with my experience with ACA insurance. I called my ACA insurance, which is Ambetter, to get pre-authorization for my upcoming colonoscopy. I was on the phone with them for an hour and a half. I kid you not. It's one of those call centers where you can hear lots of people talking in the background. English was not the gal's first language, and I could tell she didn't understand what I was asking. She was very nice, and I could tell she felt bad that it was taking so long and that she didn't have the answers. She put me on hold like 12 times to go ask colleagues questions. I finally got the message after an hour and a half that I should have my specialist doctor call the insurance company to get the prior authorization. I can tell you, when I was working, I would have not had the time or the patience for this kind of phone call. Retirement has given me the gift of patience. But would I rather be paying $700 a month for COBRA insurance or have to deal with phone calls and prior authorizations? I'd definitely rather have this ACA insurance. $700 a month is a lot of money to me. So I called my colonoscopy doctor and asked them to get the prior authorization. That appointment is this week. Fun! So I guess what I learned from all this is to not call the insurance company myself, but to ask my doctors and specialists to do it for me. Colonoscopies are just the worst, but at least it looks like ACA will cover a portion of it, I hope. If this comes back good, I'll be in the clear. For my personal March update, March has been a great month. I got to spend time with friends, family, and grandkids. I got to get out and hike more often since the weather's getting nicer. I also went out of town to visit my son and my grandbaby. That's honestly one of the best perks of retirement. I can just hop in the car and go visit my family anytime I want. I bought the flooring to do my floors. I bought luxury vinyl plank. This is going to be a huge project. I started on my guest bedroom. First, I had to move all the furniture out. Then I ripped out the carpet and carpet pad. I did all of that in 1 day. Then a few days later, I pulled up the carpet tack strip and pulled all the staples out of the floor that were holding the carpet pad down. That was a huge job. It looks so easy when you see someone doing it in a video, but it was a lot of work. I watched a YouTube video where someone was using a shovel instead of a pry bar to remove the tack strip, and it worked well. Then I started the flooring. This is as far as I've gotten. I'm going to put cord around the edge on the bottom of the baseboard so you won't see that gap. At this rate, it'll probably take me 6 months to do my whole house, but that's okay. It would have cost at least an additional $5,000 for me to pay to have somebody else do this. I'm getting banged up pretty good. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. I don't know if it'll be in focus, but I got this big bruise here and I've got this big bruise here. It's rough. But I feel like a boss when I'm able to do stuff like this by myself. The hardest part so far has been pulling out the 200 staples that held the carpet pad down with pliers. My hand hurt for a week. I have the utmost respect for construction workers now. The scariest part was learning how to use a power saw. I've never used one before. I bought a jigsaw to cut the flooring. But learning something new makes me feel like I can do anything. And if I can do this, anyone can do this. I hope you had a good month. I'm still feeling positive even with the market dip. And that's all it is, a dip. This is what markets do. I hope you're still feeling positive too. If anyone wants to share how their portfolios did, feel free to leave a comment. I know people really enjoy reading that. If you're seeing me for the first time, hi, I'm Julie and this channel's Happy on Monday. Thanks for joining me. If you found this helpful, please like. And if you're interested in early retirement, consider subscribing. I'm going to leave you with a quote. There are no shortcuts to any place worth going. Hope to see you again soon.